Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about bills of exchange and its some basic concepts. Bills of exchange is nothing but a documentary evidence. It is a documentary evidence in support of credit transactions of sale and purchases. This document is an evidence for the collected transaction of either sale or purchases. Basically, it should be in writing. Let's take an example. Suppose Mr. Amit sold goods to Mr. Sumit of rupees 50,000 on credit for a period of 3 months. See here there are two people, Mr. Amit and Sumit. The amount is 50,000 rupees and the period is 3 months. The same example I'll be carrying forward throughout the video. These two people, Mr. Amit and Sumit, are the seller and purchaser. Mr. Amit prepares the bill, send it to Mr. Sumit. He checks the details and accept it. The acceptance is the most important part of any bills of exchange. If the bill is not accepted by Sumit, then it does not have any legal validity. The person who draws the bill, that is seller, Mr. Amit, is called as drawer, and Mr. Sumit, on whom the bill is drawn, is called as drawee. With respect to Mr. Amit, he is going to receive the amount. So this bills of exchange will be called as bills receivable, whereas Sumit has to pay the amount. So it will be called as bills payable. On maturity of the bill, the amount is paid by Sumit, that is drawee, to the drawer. Hence, he receives the amount. When he receives the amount, he is called as payee. Most of the time, drawer himself is the payee, but sometimes bank or endorsee can also be the payee. We'll discuss this point later in the video. Let's consider the different types of bills of exchange. There are four different types of bills of exchange. The first is trade bill. The trade bill is drawn and accepted due to some trade activities, that is purchase and sale of goods. Accommodation of bill is the second type of bills of exchange where the bill is drawn without any actual trading activity. It is done on mutual understanding. Third is inland bill. When the bill is drawn and payable in the same country, then it is called as inland bill. Foreign bill. When the bill is drawn in one country but payable in another country, then it is called as foreign bill. As we have discussed, the acceptance is the most important part of any bills of exchange. There are two types of acceptances can be given by the drawee. The first is general acceptance. That means he accepts the bill as it is. But if the drawee is not agreed with the time period or the place or the amount or even the name of the party, then he can make such changes in the bills of exchange and give his conditional acceptance, which is called as qualified acceptance. When such qualifications are mentioned, the bill is said to be qualifiedly accepted. In one of future examples, we'll also see how the qualification is written. This is the format of bills of exchange. The title of the bill, the stamp, which is a code stamp which gives the bill a legal validity, the amount in figures, amount in words, name and address of the drawer, the date on which the bill is drawn, on whom the bill is drawn, that is drawee, then acceptance made by the drawee, name of the drawer and his signature. The middle part is important. Dash days after the date, pay to me or my order the sum of rupees so and so for the value received. This indicates that the drawee has already received the consideration for which he agreed to pay a certain amount. To me or my order is been highlighted with a specific purpose because if the pay is there, then the me on my order will change to some other values. This is a similar bills of exchange where you'll see that the name of the pay is recorded instead of me or my order. There will be to pay to Mr. Pay, name of the pay, or his order. The other things remains exactly the same except these two changes. As per our example, the drawer is Amit, the drawee is Sumit. Accepted, bill drawn on 14th April, accepted on the very next day. There are signatures of drawee as well as drawer, stamp, amount in figures, the period is all mentioned. This is how the bills of exchange look like. In case there is a pay, then the same bills of exchange will be just modified with the name of the pay. 3 months after the date, pay to Mr. Pay's name or his order. The drawer Troy remains the same. In addition to that, one more third person comes. He is called as pay. Mr. Drawer wants the amount to be paid to Mr. Vijay Patil. So he gets the amount. He becomes the pay. With this, I hope you have understood the format of bills of exchange. Now let's turn towards basic concepts which are important to study bills of exchange. The first concept is days of grace. When a bill is drawn for a specific period of time, every time the drawee gets 3 extra days. That is called as grace days. Let's take an example. Suppose the bill is drawn on 23rd of December for a period of 1 month. That means after 1 month, that is 23rd January, the nominal due date comes. If you add 3 extra days, the legal due date will be 26th January. This is the legal due date. On that particular date, the drawee has to make the payment. But fortunately here, it is on 26th January, which is a Republic Day, national holiday. So if any such a case, national holiday comes, the bill will be paid a day earlier, that is previous working day. Second is discounting of bill. If the drawer wants the amount as early as possible without waiting, he goes to his bank, gives that bills of exchange to him, bank verifies it and gives the amount on very next day. At that time, bank deduct a certain amount. See, in the example we have taken 50,000 rupees. Bank will not pay 50,000 to the drawer. It will pay a lesser amount. That difference amount is called as discount. But the drawer gets his amount to use because of the bank. This concept is called as discounting of bill. Otherwise, the bill can also be used for making the payments. Suppose his creditor, Mr. X, has the same amount to be paid. The bill can be transferred to him. This process is called as endorsement, and the person to whom the bill is transferred is called as endorsee. In this case, ownership of the bill transfers from drawer to endorsee. Honoring of the bill. When the bill is paid on maturity by the drawee, it is called as honoring. And if it is not paid, then it is called as dishonoring. If the bill is not paid, that is dishonored, the further process is the drawer has to record the same to the notary public. Notary public is the government authority. It records the reason for dishonoring of the bill. This process is called as noting, for which the notary charges certain amount, which is called as noting charges. This concept only comes at the time of dishonoring of bill. When the bill is dishonored, there is one more possibility that the drawee may come to the drawer with a request to renew the bill for a future period. In such a case, when the bill is renewed, normally the drawer charges a certain amount of interest. If possible, he takes a part amount of the bill and draws a new bill for a future period of time. This concept is called as renewal of the bill. Once the bill is renewed, then we consider it as a new bill and treat it accordingly. In the next video, we are going to see about how these all transactions are journalized, recorded in the books of drawer as well as drawee. Thank you for the today.